Hey everyone, this is going to be my last update for this page about kind of my everyday life and journey since coming to America back from Japan. And until then, it's going to be a way to update and notify everyone about how close I am to reaching my fundraising goal to getting back to Japan. So please, if you have a minute, please let me tell you about why I need your financial support today. And why I have hope in the cross and why you can too. Let me just dive in and tell you some of the hard facts about Japan right now. Japan is less than 1% Christian and is the second largest unreached people group in the entire world. The total population of Japan is 127 million. And out of that 127 million, 123 million have never heard the gospel. And so you can see that it looks bleak in Japan right now. And at this rate, even the disciples our brothers and sisters are making in Japan will virtually die out one day. So what can we do to help? And what can I do? So before I left Japan, I actually had the opportunity of being an assistant lacrosse coach for a women's college lacrosse team. And I worked every day for that team. I dedicated myself to that team. And every day before practice, I would pray for an opportunity to share the gospel or have maybe a deeper conversation with someone. And honestly, for months, I was never able to share the gospel with anyone. But one day, God answered my prayers just above and beyond anything I had ever asked for. And the head coach, we had a big playoff game. And the head coach comes over to me and he asks, "Hey JD, how would you like to pray before the game today for everyone?" And so I was like, "Yes, sounds like a good idea." And in my mind, I was like, "Yes," because I had just been praying for months and it was something just much bigger. And of course, that's how God always works, right? And so, you know, the entire team and the staff and players and me and everyone, we just scrunch up in this little locker room and it's my turn to speak. And so I read aloud God's word in Japanese and I prayed in Japanese and then I shared the gospel with them in Japanese. And so on that day, over 50 Japanese men and women heard the gospel for the first time. And that's when I knew that God could use me to share the gospel and make disciples in Japan, not only through me, but through the sport of lacrosse. And Ted Yamamori, he's actually a former international director for a world evangelization organization, and he says that kingdom businesses will be a strategy of choice for missions in the 21st century. And businesses have an effect on just so many different areas of a culture and society and draw in so many different people to share the gospel with them. And that's what I want to do. And this is why I've decided to use a lacrosse business as my platform for ministry. So please join me in making disciples of all nations and to preach the gospel where Christ has not yet been named. I would love for you to be a part of this ministry by donating to me financially. And so if you feel led to do so, please click on the link above to support right now, or feel free to ask me more about other donation options. But before you donate, please know that because this ministry is a for-profit business, a donation will not be tax deductible. The reason for this is both to protect you and the ministry against any sort of illegal tax fraud or laws. And also, please read 2 Corinthians 9, 6 through 7 and make sure you are a cheerful giver. If you're not sure about donating right now, but you'd like to ask me more questions, I would seriously love to have a conversation. I'd love to talk to you more. So please message me on Facebook or email me at hopeinthecrosse@gmail.com or call me at the number below. So I can't wait for God to both use us and this ministry to bring the gospel to Japan in numbers. Thank you.
Hey!